Welcome to Stillwater, Oklahoma. Oklahoma State University is in the spotlight. Postseason play. The Oklahoma State Cowgirls out of the Big 12 taking on the Stanford Cardinal from the ACC. NCAA softball is presented by Capital One. Our bracket looks this way. Stillwater Regional. It's the final on the line today. A rematch of day 2 won by OSU. Stanford had to advance through the elimination bracket. This is game 6, game 7 if necessary. Hi everybody, I'm Trey Bender alongside Natasha Watley. This is the 4th meeting this season, but much bigger stakes. Super regional trip is on the line.
Yes, both of these teams are both postseason powerhouses. Both of them expect to be playing at this time in the season. But what's so compelling, only one team can punch their ticket to postseason.
Kira Chan is on fire with the bat for Stanford. Not an All-American, but hitting like one.
Yes, Kira Chan, she is so fun to watch. She's so unassuming. Definitely one of the athletes that's under the radar in NCAA, but I definitely think that the secret is out. 2 home runs on Saturday. She has been the centerpiece of the offense as a senior for the Cardinal.
The challenge for the Cardinal, Ruby Malin on way to 3-time All-America honors, dominant in the first matchup.
Ruby Malin, she's still the catalyst for the Cowgirls. Yesterday, she had a low strikeout day, but 14 flyouts. Just shows how she can beat so many teams in so many different ways.
Oklahoma State with a win. They're off to the Super. Stanford needs 2 wins today. Cardinal and Cowgirls. First pitch next from Stillwater.
The NCAA Softball Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Welcome back to Cowgirls Stadium. A warm day here in the Midwest and a couple NCAA softball heavyweights squaring off here, trying to make it to the Super Regionals. Today's starting lineup presented by Capital One for the Cowgirls. Look out, Godwin and Davis have power in the 2 and 3 holes. This is a really good offensive team.
Yeah, so much offense, and we have seen the ball leave the field so many times. 3 home runs here in the regional for the Cowgirls.
And they're going to be facing a pitcher they have seen in Zoe Pristaico, the ACC leader in strikeouts.
And Pristaico, I love the idea of going back to her for a start. Yesterday, not the start that she would have liked. Hung a couple pitches, but today I expect her to hit more corners, moving the ball a little bit more around.
You can see what she has done in the regional. Gave up 3 home runs. It was costly, but other than that, pretty effective.
Pretty effective, and hung a couple pitches, but more than anything, she just needs to work on that off speed and also that drop, just locating that in, keeping it tight and on the righties.
9 8-strikeout games for the Southpaw. First team all ACC, and in the spotlight here in front of a raucous crowd. The deck will get busy out in left field with their noise, and They love Cowgirls softball. Both of these teams hope to get to Oklahoma City this year. They've had tremendous success through the years, but neither made it to the Supers a year ago.
Yeah, so both of them having a distaste in their mouths of just being super motivated to get it done.
Claire Tim to lead things off, lefty versus lefty, and we're underway as she fouls the first one off, and that one will roll over the chalk and into the field of play, and she's out. It was initially foul, but the ball rolled back in, and that's out number one.
Okay, so this looks like this was all because of the wind, or just no, maybe it might have been of the wind. It's really windy here today. I'm sure we'll talk about that, but Claire Tim swinging first pitch, but that's off the knob of her bat. That rolls back in, and that is unlucky.
Spin probably, but also maybe the 25-mile-per-hour winds you're talking about. Gusts up to 38 today. A wind advisory is in effect as you look at Carly Godwin, who is swinging a hot bat. Fouls off the first one. It's been a factor all regional, the wind, and really gusting today. If you get the ball up high in the air, look out. OSU had 3 home runs against Stanford. There's a look at the flags.
And you can see with Claire Tim, Godwin both swinging first pitches. That seems to be the game plan for the Cowgirls. Jump on Stanford early, swinging early in the count.
Godwin has been her best in postseason play for the Cowgirls. 6 home runs, 17 driven in her postseason career. Talk about stars stepping up in big moments. She has done that. Looks at that one high. Godwin has 9 home runs, including the one against Stanford, a 3-run shot here in this regional. Pulls it foul.
And that pitch right there, that drop, Pristiko, you see on that inner half, falls a little low. She's aiming for that back right knee. Yesterday, she was hanging that pitch a little bit more. Working today on more placing that, hitting the corners.
Two fouled straight back, right on that. Godwin with the swing. Big 12 all-tournament selection from Lake Waccamaw, North Carolina. Got a piece of that one.
And also Pristiko's rise. Carly Godwin got her home run on a rise in. Now more so placing those rise balls on the outer half. Her setup pitch is that drop in, trying to work that rise on the outer half.
That one just misses. OSU picked up a run in the first inning on a Rosie Davis home run. She's on deck. How important is it for Zoe to get off to a good start here in this game?
It's just setting the tone. It's setting the tone because you see how aggressive the Cowgirls are up at the plate. Trying to settle in, set the tone.
9th pitch of the at-bat, driven and foul down the line as Godwin gave that one a good ride.
Godwin's so solid, just seems like just one of those competitors that she'd want to play with. When it comes time to ball, she's just ready to go, doesn't overcomplicate things, keeps things simple, has a lot of power.
The pitch from the sophomore. Ball 4. Godwin's on. Kenny Gajewski, a model of consistency. 6th time in 7 seasons, OSU has hosted a regional, 5 Women's College World Series. A likable guy, the players love him, and this community loves him. Now Rosie Davis. The roles seem very defined, especially top of the order for Oklahoma State.
Psycho really pounding and trying to establish that outer half a little bit more than yesterday. She was coming in more on hitters' hands, the righties' inside corner.
1-1 misses. Up and down the lineup, the Cowgirls made contact against Zoe in that first matchup.
And they were jumping on him early. That's been their keys to the game, is being the aggressor early on, not waiting till later halves in the innings. That's been something that's been catching up to them.
3-1 now. Davis first team All Big 12, All-American numbers. They don't feel she is going to be first team All-American, but what a year. Big 12 All Tournament. That's a big pitch right there for Prostaico.
Just beautiful location. I mean, just in these first couple of pitches, you can already see Prostaico's adjustments from yesterday. Pure placement, lots of precision on that outside corner.
Swing and a miss. Got her with the fastball. 2 down.
Just take a look at the placement of Prostaico's rise ball. This is on the outer half. Great spin. She's spinning it through the zone. It's a big K.
That is 202 strikeouts for number 44 this season. Now Lexi McDonald. Cowgirl tough. One of the glue players for this program.
Lexi McDonald is definitely the energy boost. She gets this team going. She's got this infectious personality where the Cowgirls just follow her.
That's hit to left. Boulafin is under it and makes the catch to end the inning. Prostaico gives up a walk. Nothing across. Half an inning complete here at the Stillwater Regional, scoreless. Stillwater Regional, this is the regional final. Oklahoma State and Stanford, a Cowgirls win, they're off to the Supers. Stanford needs 2 wins to get there. As we look at the Stanford Cardinals starting lineup presented by Capital One, you look at those top 3, you could argue they're as good as anybody in America.
Yeah, and I would say the top 4, those are the top 4, the seniors, the senior leaders. Coach Allister moving them all together back to back to back to back.
Taryn Kern has batted second in this regional. She's batted leadoff, and she's going to lead it off here against Ruby Malin, who the accolades, we've talked so much about how good she is, and it has not been an easy year, but she stepped up big time, pitched a couple innings as well as pitching in the victory against Stanford.
Yeah, yesterday she even mentioned that she didn't always feel that great, but she looked great, had 14 pop-outs. Her drop wasn't really working that well for her yesterday, so it's just great to see how she has evolved as a pitcher, being able to find different ways to get it done.
They can go as far as she goes. She proved how good she is in that first victory against the Cardinal and the first offering to Taryn Kern in there for strike one. Kern has 5 hits in this regional and is rewriting the Stanford record books. Those are real numbers you're looking at right there. Power and average.
Power and average, and I love the placement of her in the leadoff spot. She just gets this offense going. It's the presence for me. It's how she approaches her at bats. Professional hitter, solid.
Leads them in slugging percentage, on base percentage, pops it up. Battling the sun, Davis, the third baseman, calls for it. One down. The sun peeking through, that can be a factor in combination with the wind. Davis hauls that one in.
So adjustments for Stanford right out the gate is the pop-ups. Yesterday I mentioned they had 14 flyouts, and so that's going to be huge today as line drives, ground balls. If you can lay off that Ruby Malin rise ball, force her to throw that drop, that would be the adjustment.
Now the center fielder, Emily Jones, second team All-ACC, 4-year starter. And an average over 400. She gets on the base paths. She is tough to stop. Perfect in stolen bases this season. We're in at the corners. As a defender, she's got to drive you crazy. I mean, is she going to lay one down? She's the ability to drive it as well.
Yeah, facing someone like Emily Jones as a shortstop just would be the worst. You know, she can slap, she can hit, she can bunt, she's got speed, she's got pop, she's consistent, tough to defend.
Two one, hit in the air to left center. That's well hit, and that ball's out of here. Opposite field, Jones takes it out of the park. Her third home run of the season.
Just chills. These seniors have just been the heartbeat. Emily Jones just jumping on this rise ball, the adjustment of just trying to get behind it, flatten something out, get behind it, hit the line drive, let the wind work in your favor. Emily Jones coming up huge in the bottom of the first.
A sense of urgency, 6 seniors. You talked about them being the core, stepping up in a big moment here. Now, Kira Chan, senior from San Diego. Talked about her home runs already in this regional. Hitting an even 400 this season along with the power game. Davis, the third baseman, playing up near the circle on that side of the infield. You see number 26 there.
And just Stanford's takes. They're having better takes. They're taking that rise ball. Yesterday, I feel like they were swinging at that rise ball a ton. Again, those 14 pop-ups, but now taking that pitch, having to force Ruby Malin to throw something else. Go to that drop ball. Go to other pitches.
Jessica Allister, 9th season at the helm. One of the nation's most consistent programs. She has won 17 in NCAA play and trying to get that bad taste out of their mouth from last year. You see the back-to-back Women's College World Series appearances. That was before being ousted at the Eugene Regional last year. 2-0, hit hard to center, and Warsop is there. 2 down.
And Emily Jones and Kira Chan just hitting these on the money. This is a big out, and that's all you can ask for, is being a loud out, hard out, especially with this wind. Anything can happen in this wind. So some good adjustments for Stanford.
Now another senior, River Mailer from Monroe, Washington. You've been there, the sense of urgency. This is it. You're a senior. You've had a storybook career, many of them. You don't want it to end. And Stanford really focused here in the first inning with their senior leaders.
And I love that move from Coach Allister. Like, these are the heartbeat of my team. I am stacking them all at the top of my lineup. I am going to have them be our momentum start. They're the ones that got us here, and they're the ones that are going to push us forward.
Yeah, that's the top 4 in the order, seniors. And that bunt attempt foul from Mailer.
And Mailer moving up from the 6th spot to the 4. So stacking them together. But again, another athlete, just versatile. She's got speed, slap, hits, runs. We've seen her do all of them throughout this regional. Another hitter, hard to defend.
She leads the Cardinal in postseason appearances. This is her 27th postseason game. Right back over the circle. Second baseman Godwin has it to throw just in time. Barely getting Mailer. Godwin with the throw at the bag. Will they take a look at this?
Nice try.
Excellent speed down the line, and that chopper gave her an opportunity.
Stanford wants us to review that. This plays under further review.
Stanford challenge. John Baca is home plate umpire. Liz Hammerschmidt, Michael Hers, Josh Forberger around the infield. Here it is.
That's close. Ooh, that's close. I almost feel like she hits the front part of the bag, so that's what makes it deceiving. So right there, her foot is on the front part of the bag. Again, base running 101. This is huge. You want to touch the front part of the bag, and that to me is what makes me overturn this call.
Liz Hammerschmidt calling out at first base. There's another angle.
Yep. Ball's not in the pocket of the glove yet. I think she beats it, and it's not even a tie. You know, I would say tie goes to the runner, but I think she beats that out by a hair.
Emily Jones' solo home run has given Stanford the lead here. Stillwater Regional Final. The Pokes can get to the Supers. And a date with the winner of the Lincoln Regional. If they win this one, Stanford needs 2 wins. They'd like to force a Game 7. We have seen some speed in this regional.
Yeah.
Julietta Roa from Princeton's been a star running down the line.
Yes. Poor Trey, I've been going crazy up here, looking at all the speed. I love it. Yeah, I think she gets in there.
Now the call on the field is out. So the Stanford challenge, can they?
That's the angle for me that overturns it.
So we're going to get confirmation here momentarily. Will the Stanford challenge be successful?
After review, The call on the field has been changed. The runner is safe. Stanford remains has their challenge left, and they have 2 challenges remaining.
Mailer is on. An infield single.
And just perfect timing of that review of making that challenge, getting the call right.
Now Jade Berry, who has had a productive season, has a chance hitting in the 5 spot in the order. Third team All-ACC, their RBI leader. She's done that 2 straight years, leading them in runs batted in. She also has 18 doubles. She puts one in the gap here. She can score. Mailer hits it to right. Hoffman coming in, fighting the wind and the sun, has it to end the inning. Stanford strikes first. Solo home run from Emily Jones has the Cardinal out in front. 1 inning complete from Stillwater.
There is nothing like the Women's College World Series.
The Women's College World Series returns to OKC. The action begins Thursday, May 28th at 12 Eastern, live on ESPN. For more info on the Women's College World Series, visit NCAA.com, the home for all NCAA championships. And a bit of a surprise here in Stillwater. Zoe Pristaiko, after pitching in the first inning, is not in the circle. Alyssa Houston is out there.
Yes, and I am just as puzzled as all of us are after that first inning. Is it an injury? Did something happen? Is it just to give a different look? We know that Pristaiko can come back in, and that has been something that they've been playing around with, is just trying to minimize her innings to give different looks. So I don't know if this is part of the strategy or if Pristaiko is injured or hurt.
Houston has started and been a reliever. She went 3 innings in their victory against Princeton the first game matchup in this regional. Junior from Benton, Arkansas, has been sharp since her return from injury. Amanda Hasler leading things off. So talk about the different look, how different Houston is here.
Different look. Houston definitely more of a power pitcher, more speed, upper 60s, 65, 66. She'll go up in the zone as well, but just more speed, a different look in terms of her velo.
Facing Amanda Hasler, who is an RBI machine with 61, one of the great seasons in OSU history, the DP for Oklahoma State. Hits it hard to third and past the third baseman, Berry. They're going to rule that a hit. That was hit hard right at the hot corner.
And again, with these aggressive swings, someone like Alyssa Houston, it's just about timing, getting that bat barrel out, and that's what the Cowgirls do so good. They're just early in the count swingers, aggressive swingers, and that's what you see there.
Now Madison Hoffman, and you really don't get a break with this OSU lineup. You can say, yeah, she's facing the bottom part of the order, but they all swing it well. Hoffman has been as hot as anybody as she looks at a strike on the corner. Coming into this regional, the freshman from Missouri hitting .533 in her last 10 games. Shows a bunt, takes a strike. Coach Gajewski has had to have her in the lineup. They love the play of their center fielder, J.L. Austin, but Hoffman's bat is just too good.
Yeah, she's just been one of the hottest bats right now. So Coach Gajewski just trying to figure out a way to continue to keep her in the lineup.
1-2. 968 slug percentage for the redshirt freshman. And a strikeout for Houston. That's got to calm her nerves a little bit as she comes in relief here in the second inning.
And Alyssa Houston, you'll see her mix in that rise, she'll mix in that screw, she'll go back and forth between the two, but picks up her first strikeout with that screwball.
Now Tia Warsop, who had a 3-run home run against Stanford in the first matchup in this regional. It was just her second of the year.
And her home run trot yesterday had me laughing. Just, she's a speedster.
Northampton, England. Here's a look at that trot you're talking about.
And just off the bat, she knew it was out. And just her excitement and her pure joy, just speeding around the bases, but walking it on in.
Yeah, she was a sprinter until the last few feet when her teammates found her at home plate. And presents a different problem as they crash in on the corners. Her ability to play small ball for OSU. And that's ball 4. So a couple of Cowgirls on the base paths now.
Melissa Houston just needing to find those corners, rely on her movement. She's got a lot of movement with that rise in the screw, so she can rely on that movement, rip it through the zone.
The injury this year kind of set her back. Last year she was 15-2, second team all ACC. But has really been pitching well of late. The trip to the Super Regionals on the line. Oklahoma State can get there with 1 win. Stanford needs 2. Winner will get the winner of the Lincoln Regional. We kind of anticipated this maybe being the matchup, these two NCAA mainstays, and this is exciting. I know I can sense that the postseason vibe you had at the start of this regional, it's just gotten more intense as it's moved on.
I know. Poor Trey just has to hear me and hear my excitement. Just this is the best time of year, and definitely here in this regional, anticipating these two teams and both of them just postseason powerhouses. And so it's sad that we've got to send one home.
Audrey Schneidmiller now, the catcher, ball 1. Talk about Schneidmiller and Lexi McDonald being a couple of the glue players for this program. She was Big 12 all-defensive team behind the dish this year.
And what's strange, when Prostajko was throwing to that outside corner to righties, she was getting that call, and Alyssa Houston still trying to establish that outside corner to righties, just not getting that call going her way.
Hitters count now 2-0. Here's the strike. She's a strikeout pitcher, 150 last year. Hammered foul.
I'm just thinking maybe the strategy for the Cardinal is if they went up early was to change the look as soon as they could, because just interchanging the two, because Prostyko and Alyssa Houston have such different looks.
Boy, just missed with that one. Payoff pitch, ground ball to short. Through Mailer's glove, rounding and scoring. Hasler, we're tied at 1.
And this is a hard hit ball from Audrey Schneidmiller. Gets it on the nose, but take a look at River Mailer, and this is a play that she knows she can make on any day, but just try to drop a knee. That ball is hit hard. If anything, she gets in front of it, but just doesn't get down low enough.
So an E6, and that evens this one up in the second inning. Only one out, and it also gives Oklahoma State the opportunity to maybe get the top of the order to the plate in this inning. Aubrey Jones, the freshman shortstop, the number 9 hitter. Nicknamed Sauce by her dad, her sister Jaden on the OSU roster, transferring over from Virginia Tech. Flare to the shortstop, and Mailer snares that one. 2 down.
Just good positioning here with Mailer. Big out, number 2.
We will see the top of the order, Claire Tim. She grounded out her first time up. Tim has had to learn the leadoff position. The Tim Reaper, excellent numbers. She has been consistent. The batting average has not been lower than .333 all year.
Yeah, and her first at bat, swinging that first pitch, that's been one of the things that she's been trying to embrace as a leadoff hitter. Is she almost feels like swinging at that first pitch is forbidden. But just still trying to find her own in that leadoff position, still knowing that she can still be a steady Eddie.
One hopper, Kern has it, takes it to the bag unassisted to end the inning. OSU does get a run, helped out by an error. It's 1-1. Bottom of the second coming up. from Stillwater, Oklahoma is presented by Capital One. One of these two teams will head to the Supers against the winner of the Lincoln Regional. Tickets punched so far. SEC.
All of them. All SEC tickets punched.
Bama and Texas 1 and 2. And the Super Regionals will start on Thursday. This is a Big 12 ACC matchup here. And Ruby Malin now, her team ties it up after she gave up a solo home run to Emily Jones in the first.
Yes, in the first 6 innings yesterday, she only allowed 1 hit. And the last 2 innings, she's given up 4 hits. Sorry, this was yesterday. In the last inning, she gave up 4 hits and 3 runs. So Stanford jumped on her late in the game yesterday.
Ava Gall, the catcher, leading things off for Stanford. She had a huge April for this team, hitting .429. A lot of postseason experience. Played in the Women's College World Series. Hit a home run against Oklahoma State her freshman year. And there's a bouncing ball, base hit to right. 3rd hit of the game against Malin. Do you see anything different from Ruby Malin versus the first matchup between these two?
Yeah, the Stanford is laying off that rise. They're forcing her to throw that drop ball. You're seeing her go a little bit more down, more than she was going yesterday.
Sydney Boulafin, now the sophomore from Parker, Colorado, looks at strike 1. I mean, Malin just lights out. You talked to the coaches about how important the win was in Bedlam against Oklahoma. She has been a star since that point. Did have the loss to Arizona State in the Big 12 tournament, but as good as anybody in America.
Yeah, it seems like that Bedlam series is where she flipped a switch. Just in the start of that game, it was like a physical switch. She got behind on Kai Miner and right from then struck out the side.
Strike 3 call. Boulafin is out number 1. First strikeout for Malin.
And just getting back to what works for her, that's that rise ball. She can establish that and get that called. That's going to be a tough pitch to lay off of for Stanford.
Joey Economides, sophomore from West Covina, California, strike 1. Economides also dealt with some injuries in the fall, but she was a 3rd-team All-ACC performer a year ago. She's a power hitter. I mean, if she could have had a full season and not had to deal with those injuries, she might have had close to the number she had last year, and that was 15 home runs, 2nd on the team a year ago.
You can definitely see her working that drop. That's 2 back-to-back drops.
Wind continues to blow. Gusts as high as 38 miles an hour expected here in Stillwater. Grounder hit to short. Jones flips to second for 1 on to first. Double play, 6-4-3. Jones to Godwin to McDonald. And the orange-shirted Cowgirls turn 1 to keep this one even.
And the Cowgirls getting it done on defense. A Jones, Godwin to McDonald, double play to end the bottom of the 2nd.
We're all even at 1 here in Stillwater, joined by Stanford coach Jessica Allister. Coach, talk about your mindset there with Prostyko and then making the move to Houston.
Yeah, we planned move. We're going to have Zoe face the top, try to switch it up a little bit in the middle, and hopefully have her come back ready for the end. So, you know, we got to account for 14 innings today, and we've pitched as a staff all year, and we're going to continue to do it.
Coach, just talk about, you guys jumped on Ruby Malin early. What has been the adjustments coming into today at the plate?
Yeah, I think we're a little bit more, I'm not going to say aggressive because I think we were aggressive yesterday, but maybe we were aggressive without really making decisions. And I think we're doing a better job of making decisions right now, trying to get her in the zone, trying to figure out exactly what that zone is right now, but we're doing a good job of it. And we're just, you know, attacking good pitches.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
One of the nation's most consistent programs. 42 wins last year, 39 this year. And here's a look at Alyssa Houston so far in the Stillwater Regional.
Yeah, doing great. She's got only given up 4 hits. She strikes out a lot of hitters. She's a power pitcher. She goes right at. So Prostyko and her complementing each other well.
2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up for OSU. Carly Godwin to lead it off. She walked in that first frame. Good pop on that fastball from Houston. Godwin has started every game of her career for the Cowgirls.
Just the pre-planned strategy of being able to use both of them, just trying to limit the amount of looks that these hitters are seeing versus both of them.
So the next question for me, at what point do you make that move? Is it a feel thing, or do you have that planned out ahead of time?
I'm sure she has it planned out, how many times they come through the lineup. So maybe as they come through a 3rd time, the bottom of the 2nd time the lineup is facing them, maybe bringing her in 3rd, 4th inning.
Do you dictate it on score? If you had a lead, you might look at things differently versus if you're behind, maybe?
It seems like it's a planned set thing that she has, and I'm sure some of it might be feel.
Cardinal have out-hit Oklahoma State 3-1 in this one so far. 2-1 to Godwin. Hammered foul way out in front of that one.
But you think as a hitter, you know, if I'm the Cowgirls, you're preparing for both of these pitchers. And so in your mind, it's kind of, you know, a bring it on, it doesn't matter. But I think there was an element of shock of how fast she changed them. So that might be a factor.
That's hit hard to center, right at Jones. 1 away.
And Godwin just being a hard out. She's been a hard out this whole regional, hitting it on the nose, but Emily Jones there to get the first out.
Rosie Davis, number 2 to Godwin in terms of starts in her career at Oklahoma State. And 32 career home runs. Took one out of here against Stanford in the first matchup. Slow roller, Shepard charging, 2 down. Looks like Houston has settled in now. Yeah, you look back at that error in the 2nd inning, but she has done her job in the circle.
Yeah, she looks good. She's going right at, using her defense.
Lexi McDonald, we talked about her being Cowgirl tough, and she had an honest conversation with Coach Gajewski, which I thought was a highlight this week. He just said that her honesty, just saying, look, I want to play. I'm coming into your office. I'm going to talk to you face to face, and I want to get out there. And he appreciated that.
Yeah, you know, some coaches say that they have that open door policy, but may not really have that open door policy. And he really appreciated the fact that she was able to come in and say, hey, coach, I think I can really help this team. And gave her an opportunity, and they haven't looked back.
They put her back in the starting lineup March 27th, and she has rolled since that point. Lays off of that inside pitch. 3-1 now. McDonald has just one home run. And ball 4. She's on with 2 down.
Yeah, I just look at that pitch and trying to figure out, where does that miss?
Houston thinking the same thing.
Yeah, and it's been a common conversation across the country of the strike zone, just the strike zone just being so tight, especially with all of these great hitters. I think that might be an adjustment in our game, is just opening up that strike zone just a little bit.
Gall did her best to frame it. Here's Amanda Hasler now. Pulled it, singled, and scored the lone run in the second. From Avon, Connecticut. Oh, and that pops out of the glove of the catcher, and the runner going, McDonald down to second base. So an opportunity now for Oklahoma State.
Just take a look at this pass ball. This gets caught in Gall's glove. Just drops it.
And if you're an Oklahoma State fan, this is who you want up there. 61 runs driven in. She has been fantastic with runners in scoring position.
Just a big swing. When she gets a hold of it, it goes. I think that ball on Friday is still going.
Yeah, I think it is. I think I saw it earlier today.
So much power.
One, two, pulled foul. Pretty good rip right there from Hasler. She has fit very nicely into the number 5 hole in the order. She has a couple grand slams this year. That helps out the RBI totals. She's hit 13 home runs this season. One, two, hit to left center. Jones can't get there. McDonald scores. Hasler a big-time RBI, and OSU in front. Her 100th career RBI, a big one.
And Hasler just doing what she does, just so consistent with runners in scoring position. That's her 62nd RBI, and just so much power into the gap. That gets the Cowgirls up 2-1.
Great effort from Jones as she extended to try to get there to no avail. And we're going to have a pinch runner coming in for Oklahoma State here at second base to run for Hasler. Give him some speed on the base pass. It's Macy Graff, the senior from Aledo, Texas, Mississippi State transfer. Her second time coming in as a pinch runner in this regional. And Madison Hoffman with an RBI chance now. Madison had a torn ACL a year ago, redshirted, and has stepped up big time. She has brought toughness to this program.
Just as a freshman, she's already been an impact freshman. Coach Gajewski just trying to figure out ways, just how can I get her more ABs? Utilizing that hot bat.
And she was hit by that pitch. Hoffman's on. So Houston was cruising and now in some trouble here in the third. A walk, a single, and a hit batter. And we're going to have a conference in the circle here. Here's a case you're trailing. Do you go back to Prestico or stick with Alyssa here, hope she can battle through it?
Yeah, I would stick with Alyssa in this moment. Just hope that she can battle through it, trying to extend us, get us later in the game, counting on our offense if I'm the Cardinal, knowing that we've got some of our big hitters coming up when we come back. You're getting to the bottom of the lineup. You've got Shepard, Kern, Jones, so still early in the game. So hoping that Houston can extend her innings a little longer.
Well, Kenny Gajewski has gotten a great effort from one of his stars, Amanda Hassler. Single run scored in the first, and then an RBI single here, or in the second inning actually, and then the RBI single here in the third. Tia Warsop, 2 out and 2 on. Out of play. One of the fastest players on the team. The wind really blowing right now. There's some dirt blowing across the field here. And the second base umpire, Michael Hers, making sure everybody's okay. Dirt into the eyes of the shortstop, Mailer.
Yeah, it's really, really windy. The gust is coming in every now and again. That just gust will come. And that's tough, and just trying to stall a little bit.
Again, a wind advisory here in the Stillwater area. And it is gusting big time right now. We heard up to 38 miles an hour. That's high to Warsop. Have you been in a situation where weather can dictate your approach at the plate? Maybe be more patient knowing that's blowing at a pitcher?
Yeah, there's definitely been times where the weather is a factor and you've just kind of got to be a little bit more patient.
That's lifted in the air down the line and caught. Great effort by Bulifin to glove it in foul ground. And that'll end the inning.
And if this doesn't pump you up, I don't know what does. A diving catch from Bulifin to get the out number 3 for the Cardinal.
honest with you, I haven't felt good in a few days. I didn't feel great yesterday. I didn't feel great in the bullpen today, but when I was at Washington, we worked with a sports psychologist, listened to a lot of his videos, and something he said was feeling good is overrated, and you're not that bad of a softball player that you have to feel good to play good. So I always keep that with me. That's something I take away from there, and I didn't have to feel good and have my ace stuff to go out and compete. I wasn't perfect, but trusted my defense, trusted our offense, and it worked out in our favor.
That was a win in the first matchup for Oklahoma State against the Stanford team. 6 scoreless innings before they finally scored against her, but she looked pretty good. When she feels well, how good can she be?
Exactly, and that's what we were saying is like she looked great, but I think that that's such a great lesson for all of the young athletes. Ruby, I'm coming for your spot, but just for the young athletes to hear that you don't have to have your best stuff all the time. You can figure it out, and that's how good Ruby Malin is. It just shows her maturity, shows her growth, and her emotional and mental growth as well. 28
wins this season as she faces the number 9 hitter in the Stanford lineup, Addison Shepard, the second baseman. Graff now in left field. Tim is in right field defensively. Malin, 10 shutouts, 21 complete games. The strikeout to walk numbers are unbelievable. 211 to 54 for the right-hander. Stanford struck first. Emily Jones home run, but single runs in the second and third for Oklahoma State to push them out in front. OSU needs 1 win to get to the Super Regionals. 2-2.
And on that first night, we saw Ruby Malin go into the bullpen after her pitching and working on that drop, just trying to feel a rhythm, knowing that eventually she's going to have to go to it. We're seeing it a ton today. Wasn't feeling good yesterday with that drop ball.
And the strikeout. Second of the game for the All-American.
Just her ability to change, to not have that feel good, to just be a workhorse. See that drop ball there? Gets Addison Shepard.
Top of the order, and this is a matchup of 2 of the best in NCAA softball. Ruby Malin and Taryn Kern. She got Kern to pop up first time up. One of the best hitters in Stanford history. She's on pace to be their slugging percentage all-time leader. Has had 5 hits in this regional.
And you can just see the adjustments for Stanford, just being more aggressive, better decisions. You can see with Taryn Kern's takes, laying off that rise ball, forcing her to throw that drop.
This is low and away with that one. Fueled by that loss in the Big 12 tournament. Pitched a couple innings before getting the complete game against Stanford here at the regionals. This is their second matchup against Stanford, 3rd appearance in the regional. Full count now to Kern. Big pitch right here. You've got a couple stars squaring off.
This is huge. I'm on the edge of my seat, literally. It's just the matchup of all time right here, senior versus senior.
Payoff pitch, strike 3 called on the inside part of the plate. Back-to-back Ks.
And again, I cannot stress it enough. Ruby Malin, just a workhorse, just knowing, hey, I'm going to have to rely on this drop ball. It wasn't feeling good yesterday. I'm going to have to come back to it, and gets a big, big back with the strikeout with the drop ball.
Kern now hitless in her last 5 at-bats, and that was power against power right there. Here's Emily Jones. In at the corners at first and third. Her ability to play small ball has you with your head on a swivel defensively. Yet she hit a home run her last time up. Bit of a surprise for a player that is not a power hitter. A lot of that has to do with the wind really blowing out now to center field.
But I think it's just the decision making, being selective, pitch selection, timely hitting.
Big cut right there. Swinging for the fences with that one. The emotional leader, number 66, she has channeled it. They lean on her, and that's why they've had such a great year. It's been a hard year, and it's been a joyful year. An interesting combination there.
It's fun all around. I mean, so much parity in the game right now. It can be anybody's game on any given day.
And she strikes out. Jones striking out the side. Ruby Malin, the 3-time All-American, showing why she is good and is hopeful this team will make its way to Oklahoma City. Oklahoma State in front 2-1, top of the 4th here in Stillwater. Coach Kenny Gajewski joins us. Coach, wanted to ask you about the approach for your team facing Prestico and Houston, a couple different pitchers.
Yeah, just keep fighting. I mean, we prepared for all of them all week with all the kids in this this tournament. So our kids are ready. We're fighting, trying to figure some things out. But I like where we're at and got the lead, and just got to keep plugging away here.
Yesterday, Ruby said that you don't have to feel good to pitch good.
Yeah.
Working through some things, but today she seems lights out. What has been her adjustments coming into today?
I just asked Carrie we were sitting there, and I just said, hey, her drop looks way better here today. She goes, we had a little different warm-up, and it looks like it's showing at this point. Now we need to keep it there, but it is going down really hard. It's been going down anywhere from 12 to 14 all year, so it looks like it has that here today. It didn't have that last night, so the rise doesn't look quite as good, but hey, that's what you got to do, is they've got to figure out what's going well and just make it happen.
Coach, thank you.
All right, guys, thank you.
2-1 game, as expected. Impressive performance from both as they go back to Zoe Prestico now. Started the game, went an inning, allowed just 1 walk, no runs across. Houston goes 2 frames. Now back to Prestico here, the ACC strikeout leader.
Yeah, and I love this strategy. Just giving the Cowgirls different looks. And these two pitchers, Houston and Prstyko, have been the workhorses for the Cardinals, so they love to interchange them. There's no problem with that.
Audrey Schneidmiller up there, the catcher batting in the 8th spot in the order. She reached on an error by the shortstop Mailer first time up. Prstyko had some time to think about that inning she pitched, and she had to feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, definitely. She was able to establish that outer half. That was one of the adjustments from yesterday coming in today. She was going in a lot on those righty big hitters, so establishing that rise, that drop on the outer half.
That's a foul ball. Upstairs to Schneidmiller. Count runs full here.
This is the 4th full count for Stanford pitchers for the game.
And the wind really gusting again, and they call time here. Not just the wind, but the dirt that blows across the park has been a factor in the eyes of the defenders. That's popped up and out number 1. We welcome you to Stillwater, Oklahoma, Stillwater Regional. This is a regional final. Congratulations to Nebraska. The winner of this regional will take on the winner of the Lincoln Regional. Oklahoma State needs 1 win to get to the Supers. Stanford trying to win this and force a Game 7. Ruby Malin, the All-American, facing a couple Stanford pitchers in the circle. First it was Zoe Prstyko who's out there now. They went to Alyssa Houston for 2 innings. Now back to the ACC strikeout leader. 1-run game. She's facing the number 9 hitter in the Oklahoma State lineup, Aubrey Jones. And Natasha, an interesting way of approaching things for Stanford with the 2 hurlers out there.
Yeah, it's been Stanford's strategy. They started Prstyko after her facing them in the 1st inning. They come in and bring Alyssa Houston just to give a different look, trying to shorten up their innings just a tad bit so that the Cowgirls don't get too many looks.
Couple NCAA mainstays, but only one can advance to the Supers. Aubrey Jones fouls that one straight back. Both ousted in the NCAAs last year, and both have that kind of bitter taste in their mouth. They feel like things go well, they can make a run at it. Wide open field this year maybe in the NCAAs.
So much parity across the country. Both of these teams, it's crazy that we have to send a team home. But both of them just mainstays. They're powerhouses. The expectation is to be playing at this time of year, to be standing up in Oklahoma City.
Jones, Big 12 all-freshman pick from Gaylord, Michigan. 2-2 is fouled off. The wind is a factor here in Middle America. 25-mile-per-hour winds, gusts up to 38, a wind advisory in effect. And you can see it has affected everybody at the park.
Yeah, it's pretty windy. We've had a couple moments of pausing just to try to let the wind pass by.
Full count now. And we have seen a lot of wind-aided home runs. We have a home run from Emily Jones, not a home run hitter for Stanford. That was the first run in the 1st inning. You get it up there in the airstream, it's got a great chance to get out of here.
Yeah, and that's just been one of their big adjustments from yesterday. They had a lot of pop out, so trying to use this wind in their favor, getting behind the ball a little bit more.
Jones fouls that 3-2 pitch off. Prstyko, first team All-ACC. She's been a starter, she's been a closer, and Coach Allister mentioning to us they're going to try to manage this. If they have to win 2 games, they're going to have to use both of these pitchers a lot.
Right, so this is who they got for today, and so going back and forth with them, being mindful that they are here to play 2 games, so using them efficiently.
And a good AB for Aubrey Jones. She's on with a 1-out walk. First inning, Jones with a surprise home run. Stanford striking first, but in the 3rd, after tying the game, Amanda Hasler drives in a run. Jones couldn't come up with that in center field. That gave the Cowgirls a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, it's been going back and forth. Cowgirls immediately answering in the top of the 2nd after the Cardinals scored in the bottom of the 1st.
Now Claire Tim will lay one down. It's a beauty, and it's a throwaway. Into the corner, and the runner's now at 2nd and 3rd. Tim's speed pays off there, and OSU has something cooking here in the 4th.
And I love this decision from Claire Tim to put down this bunt, just sacrifice herself a little bit, put some pressure on the Cardinal defense. Perfect placement. This is a tough play for a first baseman coming towards the line, having to fully turn around as a lefty. Putting the pressure on.
Stanford lost to FSU in the ACC tournament. That ended a 15-game winning streak, but they went through the elimination bracket to get to this regional final. This is what has happened so far. Into the 4th inning now. Malin's been fantastic after giving up that early home run.
She's been fantastic, and just so many adjustments that she has made coming into today. Yesterday, she was fantastic. She had 14 pop-outs, mainly going to her rise. We know she is predominantly a drop-ball pitcher, has implemented that rise. And again, just trying to figure out different ways to get to Stanford.
Sacrifice bunt and the throwing error by Prstyko, and the runners moving to 2nd and 3rd. And here is Carly Godwin, who has been a menace in postseason play. 6 home runs, 17 RBIs in her postseason career. She hit a 3-run home run against the Cardinal in the first matchup here at the regional. Drives it to center. That's well hit. Jones in front of the track makes the catch. Tagging is Aubrey Jones and scoring off that Godwin fly ball. She picks up the RBI.
Carly Godwin just continuing to be a hard out. That is a productive out, a sac fly, hitting it hard to center field. RBI for Carly Godwin.
Now Rosie Davis, who has put up All-America type numbers. 2nd team All-NFCA, 1st team All-Big 12, part of the All-Tournament team. Their number 3 hitter with an RBI chance. Big cut right there.
And Rosie Davis, just one of the most feared hitters in this lineup. Her kryptonite's chasing pitches, so keys for her, seeing it down in the zone.
Lays off of that one. That's a tough pitch to lay off of, especially with the wind blowing out.
But good adjustment, good adjustment.
Prstyko, sophomore from Huntington Beach, California, with the 2-1. Foul back. A lot of program players, glue-type players for this Oklahoma State team. But you look at Godwin and Davis, 170 starts, 169 career starts. They have been so important for OSU. Driven down the right field line. That is going to be a foul ball. Just foul.
And Kira Chan just has a long way to go on this ball, but just that decision of if you dive or let that bounce, but that definitely is a foul ball. But as an outfielder, you just got to make that decision. If you're going to dive, go for it. That going into the right field corner, it's a tough play. Long way for her to go to make that catch anyway.
Two and two. OSU with single runs in the second, third, and now in the fourth. Full count. Nebraska will get the winner in the Supers. This is the Stillwater Regional, the final. OSU needs one win to get there. Stanford needs two. Restaiko's about to deliver the payoff pitch, and she slips off the rubber. And Natasha, I noticed that earlier. I wonder if the wind's a factor there. It is really blowing.
It is really blowing, and that's like the second time I've seen her do that. So just take a look at her as she goes to set. It's just a gust of wind, and it kind of takes her out of her balance.
That should give you an idea how hard the wind is blowing here in Stillwater. And that's driven to center, and it is caught. What a play by Jones at the warning track. Stanford flashing the leather. Emily Jones robbing OSU of a run or two with that one.
Fire me up, Emily Jones. Look at this catch. That is stellar to stop the threat as we head to the bottom of the fourth.
Welcome back to Stillwater, Oklahoma. We move into the bottom of the fourth inning. Oklahoma State in front of Stanford 3-1 in the Stillwater Regional Final. Oklahoma State needs one win to get to the Supers in a matchup against Nebraska. Stanford needs two wins here. Single runs in the second, third, and fourth have been the difference. Two of the three OSU runs unearned in this one. And Ruby Malin has a little bit of a cushion here, though they haven't had the big inning.
Yeah, a little bit of cushion, and it seems like she's settling in. Bottom of the third, she strikes out the side. She's relying on that drop ball. From talking to Coach Gajewski, she's done a lot of things in the bullpen to get that drop going, and it definitely looks a lot better today. She's relying on it a little bit more.
So consistent, number 6 national ranking, 5 of the last 7 years, trying to get back to the Women's College World Series. And there's Chan starting things off with a single, and it gets past the right fielder, Tim, into the track. Chan is on her way to third, and she's in there sliding safely. Kira Chan putting a drive to the wall, and Tim had some problems with it.
and Kira Chan, the senior, swinging first pitch, just being aggressive, trying to bounce on Ruby Malin a little bit earlier in the count. That's the adjustment. But again, the wind is a huge, huge factor. Again, that was a gust of wind that gets out of Claire Tim, and just with the speed of Chan, she's standing on third.
River Mailer now with the infield in. Chan now has 7 hits in the regional. One of the more underappreciated players you feel in NCAA softball.
Oh, absolutely. So unassuming. I mean, even just from talking to her, just under the radar for sure.
Now the school of thought here, if you're Mailer, it's a 2-run game. She has the ability to lay one down. You'd like to somehow bring Chan in from third or come up with a positive AB here. And that infield alignment, they're kind of a crowding Malin there right around the circle.
Yes, because you've got the speed of Mailer, so you know you've got to be quick. Also a runner on third. You want to cut that run off. But if I'm Mailer, I'm thinking swinging away, getting something hard to the green.
She does, 3-1. Rivers' mom, Tammy, Washington shortstop, went to the Women's College World Series in '96. 4-year starter, a veteran leader for this Stanford program. Down the left field line. Graff has it, and staying put is Chan at third base, a strong throw in.
So I think with the speed of Chan, she should definitely go. And it looks like Coach Allister allows her to read that on her own. Tough to say because this ball brings Graff in. She's coming in on that ball. But just knowing the speed, knowing everything, just the opportunities aren't there. You got to take them. Still early in the game.
Here's an RBI machine, Jade Berry, and she drives it right at the center fielder. Warsop makes the catch. Throw to the plate, not in time. Sac fly for Berry, and it's a 1-run game.
And it works out either way. And Jade Berry, same thing, getting this ball to the green, but just Chan, so much speed on third, so she gets in there and scores for the Cardinal.
There's Chan affecting the game again. She has been one of the stars of this regional in a lot of different ways. Ava Gall now, who singled her last time up. Chance to hit the reset button here. Cowgirl Stadium, Stillwater, Oklahoma. Ruby Malin getting the reset, has the lead 3-2 after pitching 6 scoreless, getting them a 7-2 win over Stanford in the first matchup. Cowgirls need just 1 win to get to the Supers. Stanford needs 2. They've used a couple pitchers in Zoe Perstyko and Alyssa Houston. OSU knows it's got to be number 66 leading them.
It's ride or die with Ruby Malin. She's been the grinder, she has been the constant, and she is the catalyst for the Cowgirls, and it all starts with her in the circle.
Comes from a sports family. Dad Wayne played football in Nebraska, a middle guard there. Grandpa played in the NFL. She's from Omaha. Fly ball hit to center, and Warsop's got it to retire Gall, and that will end the inning. Single run for Stanford. They draw a little bit closer. We head to the 5th in Stillwater, Oklahoma. The NCAA Regional from Stillwater, Oklahoma is presented by Capital One. A windy day at Cowgirl Stadium in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Regional final here. Stanford working through the elimination bracket as they knocked off Princeton in a slugfest yesterday. This is the second matchup between these two. Malin and company taking care of business 7-2 in the first matchup. Stanford needs 2 wins to make it to the Supers. Oklahoma State just 1. A 1-run lead as Zoe Pristayko has faced the Cowgirls in the first inning and also in the fourth, in between Alyssa Houston a couple frames, and Lexi McDonald to lead things off. Now OSU, despite scoring the 3 runs, Natasha, has left 6 on base. They've had at least 1 runner left on base in each of the first 4 innings.
Yeah, for the amount of runners that they have had on base, you would think that they would have scored more runs. They definitely have the bats. A lot of missed opportunities so far.
Lexi McDonald, a senior from Silo, Oklahoma, epitomizes toughness and the Cowgirl way. Batting in the cleanup spot in the order today. Two and two.
And just continuing to see that wind be a factor for Pristayko. Just when she goes to set, it's almost like there's a gust of wind and it's keeping her a little off balance a little bit, something that she's going to have to fight through.
That's hit hard down the line and foul. Donald tried to take it out of here. That's just 1 home run. Time called. John Baca stepping out of there. We have something on the warning track in right center field.
Yeah, it looks like a ball from the bullpen.
I was going to say, with the wind, a lot of things could be blown onto the field, but that's a softball.
Yeah, it was the ball from the fans, that foul ball. The fans just threw it back. You can keep that. Maybe.
Chopper foul. Pristayko has a 5-inning no-no against UC Davis this year, a combined no-hitter as well. Staff no-hitter. Known for her strikeouts, hasn't been able to strike out Oklahoma State so far in this regional, but getting things done in different ways. She did strike out Davis in the first inning.
And just a dramatic improvement for Pristayko from last year to this year. She's cut her ERA in half from 5 to 2.5, but that's all because of the addition of her drop balls. She's by nature a rise ball pitcher. Her ability to split the zone vertically.
Really put a lot of work in after the freshman season, the coaches say. That's hit to left center. Jones can't get there. It tailed away from her and drops, holding up McDonald momentarily. Now she's into second base. And that gets the Oklahoma State fans fired up after that hit.
Lexi McDonald just has had some incredible ABs, continuing to hit the ball hard, just being a hard out, and that's all you can do. Just stays through this. This pitch is that drop ball we talked about, stays through the zone, stays through it. But again, a big, huge effort from Emily Jones in center field. She is working out there. Earlier in the game, she's leaving her feet, didn't make the catch, but those are the balls that are dying like that you have to go for it. She doesn't leave her feet, you just never know.
And a pinch runner, Libby J.Q's, freshman from Moore, Oklahoma, will give him some speed on the base pass now. As Amanda Hasler, the RBI machine, is up there. Already has one of them today. 62 for the season. She has a single and a double today. Scored in the second inning. Hit deep to left. That one is gone.
Telling you, Amanda Hasler has to have one of the biggest swings in softball. Just monster home runs. This is the second monster home run we have seen from her in this tournament. And just off the bat, you know that it's going. She hits it with the wind. With the wind, you know that that is going to carry and go. Big momentum shift for the Cowgirls. They are up 5-2.
Hasler's 14th home run, RBIs 63 and 64. What a monster season for the designated player, hitting in the 5 spot in the order. '66 home runs as a team for OSU. Here's Madison Hoffman. Well, they have scored in every inning but the first, Natasha. This has been a monster season offensively for the Cowgirls.
It has been, and that has been their biggest adjustment, is just being able to capitalize when they get traffic on the bases, being able to have timely hitting, stepping up, being the aggressor, and they're doing exactly that.
This is a tough team to beat here at Cowgirl Stadium. '18 consecutive victories in the NCAA regionals here at home. Don't miss a minute of the action from the NCAA softball regionals. We'll take you to the best live action on the 7 Innings live show on the ESPN app. You can see every game, every big moment on the road to the Women's College World Series, only on the ESPN networks. You have been glued to that show. I know you had your eye on UCLA amongst others.
Yes, all of it. It's like Christmas in May. So just being able to turn on the TV, have a live feed, see all the games going at once, it is genuinely a treat.
This has been a fun regional. Eastern Illinois, record-breaking season in the Ohio Valley Conference. They had a great run. Princeton, Ivy League record for conference wins. They gave Stanford a battle, but it's come down to Oklahoma State and Stanford here, and Hoffman draws the walk. Still nobody out.
And it's going to be key here for Stanford just to slow things down. Start to rely on defense a little bit more.
Coach Allister will make a move. She started with Presteico, then Houston, then Presteico, and a new pitcher will come in. 3-run game here at the Stillwater Regional. On the road to Oklahoma City in the Women's College World Series, here are the tickets that have been punched so far to the Supers. An SEC flavor, but some new teams added to the mix. How about the Sun Devils?
How about the Sun Devils? They are having quite the year. Just Kaylee Pond up to bat. She's always making things happen at the plate. Kenzie Brown in the circle. Definitely a team that I expect to see at Women's College World Series.
A couple Big 12 teams there.
Yes.
Big 12 team right here. Oklahoma State against Stanford, and they're going to be facing Ava Bulanti for the first time, freshman from Redwood City. She pitched yesterday in the victory against Princeton. Third hurler used by Coach Allister here, put in a big spot, trailing by 3 runs.
And Ava Bulanti, we saw her yesterday, and just a little tempo, a little bit different. She goes with that rise, she has a drop. She'll mix in that change, so just trying to split between that rise and that changeup. Disrupting the timing, giving a different look from the right side.
And a couple switches defensively. Presteico will stay in the field of play. She's in right field now. And Izzy Kakadian will catch for Gall. There's a look at number 44. And they're probably feeling like, hey, we know we need her in the latter innings here. They're just hoping for some run support.
Absolutely, and this has been something that they have been practicing, of having Presteico play defense. We've seen her make some catches. She was all over the place 2 days ago in that Friday game, just making some defensive plays, but this is something that they have worked on to be able to keep her in the game if they need to have some more innings from her as we get down here in the stretch.
And Coach Gajewski making a move as well, as J.L. Austin is now pinch running for Hoffman at first base. She's one of the fastest Cowgirls. Now on the bag there. Already 2 runs across in this inning. Austin has been a starting center fielder for this team, provides great defense and speed, and she has a bright future for this program. Big 12 all-freshman pick from Owasso, Oklahoma. Kenny Gajewski really has some defined roles here. He knows exactly where he wants to go, and he knows Austin can be a factor for this team.
Yeah, and she's just been great all around. She's got good speed. She's a good defensive specialist, someone he's looking to see throughout the years. She's definitely going to be a name that we're going to continue to be talking about. But just having a role, and she's been playing that role of coming in the later innings, so buying into that.
Here's what's at stake. Nebraska punching their ticket, knocking off the Lopes in the Lincoln Regional. Oklahoma State needs 1 win to get there. Stanford needs 2. And the Pokes off to a good start here, up 3 in the 5th. Tia Warsop, the number 7 hitter in the OSU lineup. Nobody out. 2-run home run off the bat of Amanda Hasler in this inning. Chan is now in left field as she makes a move from right field to left field defensively for Stanford. There she is. Worsup, great speed as they crash the corners, and she looks at ball one. Cowgirls led the Big 12 in sacrifice bunts, very capable in this part of the game. And again, she looks at that one off the plate, 2-0. Well, 2-0 now, you can be a little bit more selective.
You could be a little bit more selective, definitely, but I love this idea of just getting the bunt down, putting pressure, a lot of momentum going for the Cowgirls, make things happen.
Throw down to first. Back in there is Austin. 3-0 now, the count. It's Kakadian now behind the dish. Gall started at catcher for the Cardinal. Up at first and third, anticipating bunt, and she takes the pitch for ball four. Back-to-back walks, sixth walk given up by Stanford.
Ava Belanti doing a good job yesterday of coming into yesterday's game of just keeping Stanford in the game. Just giving Houston and Pristeico some more rest.
And that is caught off the bunt attempt from Schneidmiller. Kern coming in and comes up with a big first out.
And check out Taryn Kern just coming in aggressive when she sees Schneidmiller going to square, just attacking. It's a big out.
Boy, that helps the Cardinal cause immensely here, as they could not get the runners to second and third. Here's Aubrey Jones. She'll swing away. Chopper hit up the middle. Mailer charging. Can't make a throw. Nowhere to go with it. That high chopper. Jones takes advantage. Infield single, bases loaded.
Just good decision for Mailer to charge that ball. Just go attack, go get. But I still think she had a play at one. I think she gave up too soon on that play at one.
So now the top of the order, a chance for a big inning for the Cowgirls. Austin at third base. Claire Tim fouls off the first one. We heard from Tim this week from Buena Park, California, nicknamed the Tim Reaper.
She's just been such a steady Eddie at the top of the lineup once Coach Gajewski has moved her up there. She's just a solid staple, just trusts her preparation.
Hits it to right. Grand slam.
What a moment for Claire Tim. Just not having the best at-bats that she would like, but just to be able to come through. This is so huge for the senior. A grand slam, creating more momentum for the Cowgirls. The Cowgirls 9-2.
The Tim Reaper makes it 9-2. That's home run number 9. She has 34 RBIs, 6-7. That's 67 home runs, 6-7 this season.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow, what a moment here at Cowgirls Stadium, and they are fired up in Stillwater.
I don't know what was more exciting, seeing them do the 6-7 or having you call the 6-7. That's a highlight for me.
Now Carly Godwin is Galante tries to shake it off. Mailer at shortstop. 2 down. A 6-run explosion here in the 5th inning as the Cowgirls have busted this one open. Rosie Davis 0 for 3. They just come at you from so many different angles. If it's not Godwin and Davis, it's somebody else.
Yeah, just in the bottom of the lineup, making it happen. Hoffman, that Hassler home run.
You know, and Tim had not had her best efforts at the plate in this regional.
Yeah.
Before that at bat, and boy, did she deliver.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. She hasn't had the best at bats, and just, you know, again, just trying to embrace that leadoff role and just trying to be a steady presence at the top of the lineup.
And there's a line drive, and it's gloved by Barry. Great play by the Cardinal third baseman to end the inning. 9 come to the plate, though. Home run by Hasler, and then Claire Tim.
Claire Tim, the senior, answering big, getting her Cowgirls going.
Hasler and then Tim, all OSU, leading by 7. Bottom of the 5th coming up.
The NCAA Softball Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? And in part by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need.
The deck is lit at Cowgirls Stadium. Oklahoma State, 9 runs, 6 of them coming in the 5th inning with the All-American Ruby Malin on the hill. OSU needs 1 win to get to the Super Regionals and a matchup with Nebraska. Austin now in center field defensively. Warsop is in right behind the All-American. Warsop in left field. Some work to do for Stanford. Sydney Bulifin, the number 7 hitter, struck out her first time up. Well, the Cardinal have to be a little bit shell-shocked here.
Yeah, and it's just about getting back into this game, right? So just trying to create mini wins, trying to continue to just put the ball in play, hit it hard, picking a good pitch. Sydney Bulifin struck out on that drop in, so just making that adjustments on that drop ball. You've got to get under that drop ball, hitting it hard.
Stanford only shut out once this season. That was a loss to FSU in the ACC tournament. There's a ground ball, a base hit to right for Bulifin to get him started.
Yeah, and those are the things that you need. Those are the little mini wins. Hit it where they're not, keep it simple, and using the ground. We know that Ruby Malin is now going to that drop ball a little bit more. So just trying to hit it hard, hit it through.
Kakadian now hitting for Stanford. Izzy, a freshman from Torrance, California, took over as a catcher for Gall, hitting in the 8th spot in the order. She's had a good freshman year, great athlete, flag football quarterback and a softball player in high school. Has been a catcher, has played some infield, has been a pinch hitter for Stanford this season. You're not going to get it back in one swing, but this is a good enough Stanford lineup, Natasha.
Yes.
They can piece together big innings.
Yeah, they definitely have all of the right ingredients in this lineup. They have the speed, they have the power, they can hit for average. So it's just chipping away a little bit at a time. You still have time. It's the bottom of the 5th. And the key is just not to panic. Do what's gotten him here. They've been able to get here by just being themselves and continuing to put pressure on their opponents offensively.
4 Women's College World Series trips for Stanford, 8 Super Regionals. Great history for them. 40, make it 51 NCAA wins in their history. To third, off the glove of Davis. And Kakadian's on. An error on the third baseman.
Just chipping away. Chipping away, continue to hit it hard. And Rosie Davis, by nature, a middle infielder. This is hit hard. And one of those olays, but on that ball, you want to take that deep angle. Knowing also, too, you're sweet of the runner. With Izzy Kakadian, you have a little bit of time. So if you take that angle, you can still make that play.
It's so important for Stanford to come up with something positive in this inning, to take a chunk out of that deficit after giving up 6 in the top half. Addison Shepard now the second baseman, the freshman from Kingwood, Texas. Easier said than done against Malin, who is absolutely, she's been unbelievable throughout the course of the season and has found her groove in the regional after her toughest outing in the loss to Arizona State in the Big 12 tournament. Chopper to short. Jones, long throw, got her. What a play there. Only play at first, 1 down, runners move up.
And Aubrey Jones just making a sweet play here, just taking that long hop, but again, knowing you're sweet of the runner with Addison Shepard. But just a great read on that bounce. That's a hard bounce. A little top spin.
Former Michigan Gatorade Player of the Year, Big 12 all-freshman pick, and they're going to have a discussion here in the circle. Ruby Malin, an emotional leader. She's channeled it. She's become an artist in the circle.
She absolutely has. Her first cheer here, she had that drop ball that was about 4.5 to 5 inches, and you heard Coach Gajewski saying that thing is dropping today about 12 to 14 inches. And just continuing to evolve, continuing to reinvent herself this year, has started to throw more of a rise. Yesterday, she was getting Stanford on that rise ball, 14 pop-outs, fly-outs, and just, again, being able to utilize both of them, doing whatever it takes to beat her opponent.
Big 12 co-pitcher of the year, on her way to a 3-time All-America candidate honor as Taryn Kern, one of the top hitters in the country, chases the first one, swings and misses. We have seen this matchup a few times in the regional. Kern actually has not reached her last 5 ABs, but she's capable of taking it out of here. You see the numbers, on pace to shatter several Stanford offensive records. Slugging percentage over 900. That's right now a Stanford record. Bulifin, Kakadian on the base pass here. Stays away from that one.
Yeah, Taryn Kern had that hit yesterday off of Ruby Malin in the first inning. It was a drop on the inner half, and ever since then, she's seen more up.
Now you've got first base open, but Emily Jones on deck, then it's Kira Chan. It's really hard to pitch to the Stanford lineup. Senior from Omaha deals. It's high. She's had some amazing performances. 2-hit shutout at Texas. 9 strikeouts in a win against Oklahoma in a complete game. 2 complete games against Arizona. Already a regional win against Stanford, looking for another one. Pulled down the line, right at the right fielder, Tim. Tagging and scoring Bulifin. So they get the second out. The Cardinal get the run.
Yeah, and just a next level at bat to be able to take her 3-2 after falling down 0-2, Taryn Kern. I think it's just one of the most professional hitters in college softball right now, just being able to be selective, take pitches, just chipping away. Again, this is a hard out. She hits it right at right field, but a productive out, sac fly. Chipping away.
RBI number 49 as you look at Kakadian now at third base, a 6-run game. And here's Emily Jones. First pitch swinging, center field. Austin comes in, she's got it. And that'll end the inning. Only 1 run across in the 5th for Stanford. Malin and company, +6, heading to the 6th inning. Today's rewarding performance presented by Capital One. Claire Tim with the grand slam to break this one open.
Oh my goodness, this has got to feel so good. This is her senior season, just wanting to continue to contribute to this team and keep bringing the momentum to the Cowgirls.
Hasler hit a 2-run homer early in the inning, and then Tim putting the exclamation point on things as they played at 6. And they have a 6-run cushion now, batting as the visiting team here, top half of the 6th inning in this Stillwater Regional Final. And 3rd appearance now for Zoe Prstyko. She comes back into the circle. Gullifin returns to left field. Chan is now in right field. The Women's College World Series returns to Oklahoma City. The action begins Thursday, May 28th at 12 Eastern, live on ESPN. For more info on the 2026 Women's College World Series, visit NCAA.com, the home for all NCAA championships. Great setting here at Cowgirls Stadium, where Oklahoma State has been tough to beat. Trying to get back to the Super Regionals after missing on it last year. Lexi McDonald facing Zoe Prstyko, lefty versus lefty matchup to start off the 6th inning. McDonald doubled to start off that big 5th. Coach Gajewski, he could not have enough good things to say about Lexi when we talked to him this week. An honest person. She's straightforward. She's going to tell you exactly how she feels. And she was honest and said, I want to be in the starting lineup. I deserve to be in the lineup. And it was the right move by the coach.
Yeah, just her saying, I think that I can help the team. And him going through with that. Finding opportunities for her to continue to be a part, and just the energy and how infectious she is and how she just breathes so much confidence into the rest of the team.
And her brother, by the way, is training to become a college softball ump. How about that?
Ooh, that's really neat.
And she's on here, draws the walk to open up this frame.
Yeah, it's not often that you hear young people wanting to be umpires, but we need more in our game as the level of play continues to rise. We need the umpires to follow as well.
Oklahoma State trying to add to their 6-run lead. Single runs in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 6 runs in the 5th. Here's Amanda Hasler, who has already driven in 3 in this one. Leads them in RBIs, 5th in the conference in that category. Again, an OSU win. They're off to the Supers. Stanford needs 2 wins here. Looks like a big uphill climb. They've got to erase this deficit and then win another one, but it's never out of the question. Great program, the Cardinal.
Yeah, it's never out of the question. And Prstyko just needing to have a little bit more precision, a little bit more command and control with her pitches today.
That one will go to the backstop, and moving up the base is McDonald.
So you just would have to imagine just, going around. Obviously, this is something that they prepared for. You see her in right field. She's coming out, but just not only mentally trying to stay in it, physically trying to stay warm and have your best stuff.
Three-0 to Hasler. Misses, and she's aboard for the 4th time. She has a single, double, home run, and a walk in this one. And it looks like we're going to have another pitching change. They're going to bring in the freshman, Anna Brewer. And we will take a break as well. Oklahoma State leading 9-3. New pitcher for the Cardinal. J.L. Austin at the plate against a new pitcher, Anna Brewer, lays the bunt down, and the sacrifice works, moving the runners down to second and third. Anna Brewer coming in relief of Pristaico, the freshman, her third appearance in this regional. She faced Princeton a couple times and just trying to keep this game within striking distance for the Cardinal, down 6.
And Anna Brewer, more of a down ball pitcher, a heavy, hard drop, 64, 68 miles per hour.
Now facing Tia Warsop with one down. The OSU bats have come alive. 5th inning and now 6th inning. They're keeping the pressure on them. Can they win it all? Malin is good as anybody. If the bats are going to swing like that,
yeah,
today.
Yeah, I think they have a great chance with Ruby being able to be such a workhorse. She has the run support. She definitely has the confidence and the ability to carry this Oklahoma State team far.
They have all the pieces offensively you could want. Warsop, one of their speedsters, small ball, and that one will get away from the catcher, and that'll score a run. Coming in, McDonald, and heads up base running from Warsop. She takes second base. 10-3, Cowgirls.
And Warsop just trying to take many pitches. She hasn't seen the strike yet, but this just comes back off hard off the backstop. Lexi McDonald able to get in there and score.
Don't miss a minute of the action from the NCAA Softball Regionals. We'll take you to the best live action on the 7 Innings Live Show on the ESPN app. You can see every game, every big moment on the road to the Women's College World Series, only on the ESPN networks. Nebraska awaiting the winner in the Supers. Oklahoma State trying to get back there after missing out a year ago. Prior to last year, Kenny Gajewski's bunch went to the Women's College World Series 4 consecutive years. And Oklahoma State, Montgomery Henderson coming in as a pinch hitter here in the 8th spot in the order. Freshman from Katy, Texas with an opportunity with a couple runners out there, and that pops out of the glove of Kakadians, the catcher, and that'll score a run. Coming in is Hasler, it's 11-3.
And Anna Brewer just struggling with her command, struggling with locating the pitches. This again gets away from her, and Hasler gets in there and scores.
And the importance there, they could bring the 8-run rule into effect in the bottom half of the 6th inning, looking for some more offensive production here.
So the big question, Trey, is just the strategy with using the pitching staff for the Cardinal, just going back and looking at that top of the first, and Pristaico just getting through that first inning cleanly. What seemed like it was already a pre-planned situation where they were going to utilize Pristaico, Alyssa Houston, but you know, that's the big question for me is, you know, do you keep Pristaico in? Do you have a different look from your pitchers?
Yeah, the 1 inning from Pristaico, you mentioned effective, then Houston came in for 2 innings, allowed a couple runs. They went back to Pristaico, then Bellotti, then Pristaico again, and now Brewer.
Yeah, I just think about the mental of just the yo-yo. I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, I'm out. I know it's something that you prepare for. It's just not an easy thing to do. It's just physically of just staying warm, staying sharp, because her first inning, like her pitches were, she had bite to them. She had so much command. She was locating that rise ball. She was establishing that rise ball in the outer half. And she looked really good in that top of the first.
And there's ball 4 to Henderson. She's on. That's the 4th walk in this inning. talk to Brewer now in the circle. Already an 8-run lead. Kaya Booker's going to come in as a pinch runner for Henderson at first base for OSU. This Oklahoma State program, 4 Big 12 Pitchers of the Year in 6 seasons. This year for Coach Gajewski, it's Ruby Malin. But there are times where they've just had to outslug people.
Yeah.
she obviously is going to get you 28 wins, as she's done, but this is a dangerous team with the bats.
It's a dangerous team offensively and defensively, and you know, coming into the season, that was the question there. Is she going to have that run support? And they've proven that they can put up the runs. They have the offense to do it. She can get it done in the circle as well.
Here's Aubrey Jones now, still 1 out in the inning. Runners on the corners, trying to add to this 8-run lead. Six-run fifth. The big story, Hasler 2-run shot, Claire Tim a grand slam to open up a close game. Anna Brewer deals, it's a bunt attempt, and it is caught. Great effort, Kern in foul ground. And she looks the runner back at third base. Kern's done that a couple times today.
Taryn Kern, I mean, just balling out. She is all over the place. Such a good read once she sees her square, but leaving her feet, picking up the freshman Anna Brewer, saying, I got you. This is a huge play right here.
Here is Tim. Boy, how do you top a grand slam? She has 9 home runs this season. From Buena Park, California, a senior. Trying to get her team to the Supers. Help them out with some insurance here. Pulls that one just foul.
And take a look at this grand slam. It is a thing of beauty. Claire Tim, the senior, just getting it done.
Their first grand slam since Baylor. Get one in postseason play here. They've actually only out-hit the Cardinals 6-5, but they have made those at-bats count. Tim hits it the other way. Bulafin is there, and that will end the inning. 2 more across for Oklahoma State, trying to bring the 8-run rule into effect. Cowgirls lead it. big day for the kids in orange. Stillwater Regional Final, here's our summary. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Cowgirls trying to bring the 8-run rule into effect.
Trying to get this done. They have the run support, they have done the job. They've answered back after they were down. Ruby Malin, she's been stellar in the circle. See if they can get it done.
Kira Chan to lead it off. Malin already has a complete game in the first matchup against Stanford in this regional. 21 complete games on the season as Chan fouls off the first pitch into the seats behind the dish.
But you face the toughest part of Stanford's lineup. Kira Chan, River Mailer, Jade Berry, just been pivotal.
6 seniors leading the Stanford program this year. 39 wins. Ousted in the Eugene Regional a year ago. Backs to the wall here, bottom of the 6th inning as Ruby Malin, the All-American, trying to close the door.
It's just the bite on that pitch is tough. But the location missing on that one.
Perfect game against BYU, no against Colorado State. But this is postseason trying to win this one. There's a fly ball to left, and it's right at the left fielder. Pulled in by Graff, and there's one down. River Mailer now, 1 for 2. Big 12 co-pitcher of the year, fueled by a lost Arizona State in the Big 12 semis. Number 3 in the NCAA in wins this season and innings pitched. Ruby Malin, the heart and soul of this program. It's been a hard year, but it's been a joyful year. And she's got them on the doorstep of a trip to the Super Regionals. Big cut from Mailer. Still 1 and 2.
And it's just been the emotional growth for Ruby Malin. How she's continued to develop, continued to get better, reinventing herself, adding more pitches to her repertoire.
Just getting a piece of that. Mailer battling up there, the 4-year starter. What a senior class for this Stanford program under Coach Allister. They had not been able to solve one of the best pitchers in the country. Two and 2. Started her career at Washington as you look at the strikes and balls here from number 66. Right back up the middle, base hit, Mailer. They need a run here to keep this one going.
Yeah, just that never die mentality. River Mailer, one of the seniors, knowing that potentially could be her last at bat, but just continuing to battle and keeping Stanford in this. Just trying to pitch by pitch, keep it going.
Jade Berry now, their RBI leader the last 2 seasons. Junior from Queen Creek, Arizona. First pitch popped up. Davis near the line, has it. OSU is 1 out away.
frustration and trying to have some good pitch selection, and it's just hard in these moments to remain calm and keep your game because you know so much is on the line.
A big 5th inning, a 6-run inning for the Cowgirls to break open a close game. They led 3-2 at that point. Ruby Malin trying to close the door. Ava Gall at the plate. Malin's going to have her name on that outfield fence. Amongst the greats here at Oklahoma State, Michelle Smith included. What a career for Malin.
Ruby Malin having the opportunity to work with Michelle Smith a little bit this year, just helping with that mentality, her approach. Just what a great alum to have in your back pocket.
The 2-0 to Gall. Fly ball to center, this could end it. Austin to the warning track, leaps, it's over the fence. 2-run homer Gall, and Stanford keeps her hopes alive. They're going to avoid the 8-run rule, and we play on here. Gall's 6th home run of the season. Austin almost had this.
Yes, Ava Gall just keeping this thing alive. Compact, and this is what they've been trying to do all day, make those adjustments on that rise ball, but Jael Austin just missing that catch. And that's 2 runs for the Cardinal as they stay in this.
That close to punching the ticket to the Super Regionals. Sydney Bulifin now, first pitch, fly ball to left. This is Warsop under it, and she's got it to end the frame. Ava Gall keeps Stanford alive. A 2-run shot.
Ava Gall just keeping this thing alive for the Cardinal.
We start the 7th inning. Anna Brewer delivering to Carly Godwin. 6-run game now. Cardinal keeping their hopes alive, avoiding the 8-run rule with a 2-run 6th. Godwin, fly ball to right. Second baseman goes out there, and Shepard has it, 1 down. This was inches away from being a trip to the Super Regionals via the 8-run rule for Oklahoma State. J.L. Austin almost snared a ball near the center field fence. But it goes down as a 2-run home run from Gall to keep the Cardinal hope alive. Here's Rosie Davis now. Here it is.
J.L. Austin, just a good read on this, but almost. That's the reaction, like, woo. That's a tough one.
That would be one way to punch your ticket to the Supers. A dramatic play by a center fielder. She, to even be in position to make that play, that shows her athleticism.
Yeah, and Coach Gajewski compared her to Jada Coleman, and just that's a name that we're going to be hearing the next couple of years. J.L. Austin, just how much ground she covers, but great position. But that's going to be something that she's going to remember for her career, for sure. That was a tough one.
Davis trying to reach for the first time with Anna Brewer out there. And if you're Stanford looking ahead to the bottom half of the 7th, the 8 and 9 hitters in the top of the order against Ruby Malin.
But just how about Stanford? Just that never die mentality. River Mailer's at bat was a pivotal moment there too, just going 2-2 off of Ruby and staying in it, just keeping her team going.
Ball 4, Davis is aboard for the first time. Oklahoma State after their 41st win. 5 Women's College World Series for Kenny Gajewski. .30 career wins against top 10 teams. They have done well against the best competition. Lexi McDonald now. They seem to thrive in those big moments, like against an Oklahoma. And when you have Malin, obviously, it helps you.
Yeah, they just all rise to the occasion. They know just the personnel that they have. They know when that Ruby's on the mound that they have a shot. So rising and supporting her, giving her that run support.
Is anybody more important to a program than Ruby Malin to Oklahoma State right now? That's a tough question to answer, but it's an argument.
It's an argument, and I think it's just because we've seen it's Ruby Malin or nothing, right? So it's that case, and I'm sure a lot of teams maybe feel that way, but she's so dominating. She could do so many things. She has so many different looks. She's a workhorse, just really confident pitcher who knows herself, unapologetic.
And McDonald draws a 4-pitch walk. She's on back-to-back walks given up by the freshman. You've been in this offensive mindset as a great All-American or Olympian. You can never have enough runs. You never want to cheat yourself on any at-bats, even up 6.
Especially this time of the year, and every at-bat matters. Every at-bat is important and crucial. If you have the opportunity to swing the bat, those insurance runs, you know, Stanford's coming at the bottom of their lineup, top of the lineup's coming up again, so to have this opportunity is very, very big.
Amanda Hasler is glad she has another chance. Single, double, and a home run today. Big cut there.
And Amanda Hasler, this is what she did earlier with that big cut. She's got a big swing, and when she connects, man, does it go.
That was in the 6-run 5th inning. Tim followed with a grand slam in that one. I asked you about the cycle earlier, if it's in your mind. Is it in her mind right now? Single, double, and home run.
It may not be in her mind right now. She's just wanting to compete, but if we could yell down to her, we could tell her.
She's got to know. She's got to know.
She's got to know, yeah. She's just needs the triple, and She's got the cycle.
1 and 2. Oklahoma State has been productive with their hits against Stanford in both games in this regional. It's been about the power game. Three home runs in the first matchup, and then they get the 2 big home runs in the 5th inning in this one. Strike called on the inside corner. Brewer gets the K. 2 down.
And Brewer just hanging in there and just fighting, trying to keep her team in there. Great location, that drop on the other half. Gets Hassler looking.
Now J.L. Austin, Big 12 all-freshman pick. Their center fielder now. She has actually done some good things with the bat this year. Had a grand slam against Cal, had 4 hits in a 19-hit attack against Arizona. You don't have to teach your defense or running or those kind of things, but those numbers should get better on offense.
Absolutely, and I think that that's all experience. You're playing at the collegiate level now. You're seeing elite pitching all the time. So just making those adjustments, getting the experience under your belt.
Top 10 national prospect out of high school, state champion from Owasso. Two and 2. Nicknamed Juice. J.L. Austin, spelled J-A-Y-E-L-L-E, goes by the, you can go by the 2 letters in the score sheet if you need some room. We've needed some room here, a lot of crooked numbers.
Yeah, there's a lot happening.
Ground ball to second. Shepard, that'll win the inning. Last chances for Stanford. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, Oklahoma State trying to close it out and get to the Supers. Plenty of offense for Oklahoma State today. Here's what is at stake. A trip to the Super Regionals and a date with Nebraska. The Huskers advancing, knocking off the Lopes in the Lincoln Regional. Oklahoma State trying to beat Stanford twice to get there. Big 6-run 5th inning for the Cowgirls, and the All-American Ruby Malin trying to close the door here in the 7th.
And Ruby Malin has just been doing an incredible job today. Working mainly the drop. Yesterday we saw her working the rise. going right at these Stanford hitters.
Kenny Gajewski trying to get back to the Women's College World Series, 4 straight trips. NCAAs last year missed out on even a trip to the Supers. They have been a model of consistency and have been unbeatable here in Stillwater in regional play. Izzy Kakadian, the freshman, to lead things off against Malin. Part of the future for this Cardinal program, and here is a star that will have her name on the outfield fence, and they'll be talking about number 66 for a long time here.
Absolutely. What she has done for this Cowgirl team, she has just lifted the brand, continued the tradition of continuing to play at this time of year. Just an incredible workhorse. Just such great presence.
And there's out number 1, striking out Kakadian. If it is Oklahoma State and Nebraska, the super matchup will be interesting.
Yes, that's going to be a pitcher's duel there. You got Jordy Fromm in Nebraska going against Ruby Malin, 2 Nebraska natives.
Boy, that sets up a great storyline, doesn't it? Here's Addison Shepard, the second baseman. First pitch, bouncer to the first baseman. McDonald to the bag. They're 1 out away. It's been a tremendous season for the Stanford Cardinal, but they're down to their last out. One of the top hitters in America, Taryn Kern, steps in. Top of the order. Kern will go down as one of the great hitters in Stanford history. Did pick up an RBI in the 5th inning. And many standing here at the ballpark with the anticipation this could do it. Shortstop Jones called off. Warsop has it. Oklahoma State off to the Supers.
Oklahoma State eliminated. Stanford 5.
The emotional leader, Ruby Malin, leads them to 2 victories over the Cardinal.
Yeah, and just such a great performance, such great presence. She couldn't wait to get the ball on Friday and just was electric, provided the energy from the circle that trickled out, the offense, the run support. I think Oklahoma State is playing their best softball right now.
A 6-pitch final inning for Malin, who gets victory number 29, her 22nd complete game. What else can you say about what she has meant to OSU and to college softball, her career?
Just, she is an All-American elite pitcher, and I think that what makes her stand out is her vulnerability, her ability to say, hey, you know, some days I don't feel perfect. I don't think that I'm perfect, and that there's some things that I'm working through. And I think a big part of it is that mental game, that mental approach. We see her getting it done and the skill that she has, but for me, it's the emotional growth and how she's developed over time as an athlete.
They talk about the cowgirl way. Coach Kenny Gajewski talks about that a lot. You've got your chemistry players, your glue players, and he mentioned a couple of them. Lexi McDonald being one from the small town of Silo, Oklahoma. But then you've got your stars that give so much to this program. Malin, the transfer from Washington, has put them on a plane now where they can compete for a national championship.
Absolutely, and just the offense, the run support has also been great. And it's the reaction from Ruby, just knowing, hey, it's going to take all of us to get this done. She's like, I can start it, I can provide the energy, but it's a support that she's got from her team.
There's a look at the line. Another complete game. 5 strikeouts, no walks. She was had good location throughout the course of this game.
Yeah, and I think that was huge. No free bases, just utilizing her defense. Yesterday was a lot of pop flies. Today she, we saw a little bit more balls on the ground, but her defense making the plays behind her. Great job.
And we're joined by one of the stars, Claire Tim, who came up with a huge hit to break this game open in the 5th inning. Talk about your grand slam, Claire. What a moment.
Yeah, obviously just trying to break it open for my team and for our pitcher, Ruby. She throws her butt off. So just wanted to do that for them, especially, not my best weekend at the plate, but I got to keep going up there. So
yeah,
might as well make it worth it.
Yeah, Claire, we're watching the replay. Just a beautiful swing on a beautiful pitch. But just talk about your adjustments, because, yes, maybe not the best weekend that you had, but to finish it off like that, what were those adjustments coming into today?
Yeah, just had to adjust off some good pitching. Obviously, we saw a lot of different pitchers in this game, so just kind of had to stick to the plan for the different pitches that we were seeing. And honestly, the biggest adjustment was just continuing to go up there and just fight.
Claire, Ruby's been such an inspiration to you guys, but your offense, top to bottom, everybody getting involved, it's really been a team effort.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, I was thinking about Lexi McDonald today. I don't know how many times she got on base for us, but top to bottom, you could say that about anybody. Tia, Rose, Carly, I mean, they all do it, and they do such a good job at it. So,
Claire, this is your senior season. You guys have punched your ticket to Super Regionals. What does this mean for Cowgirl softball?
Yeah, it's everything. Just another fight we got to go through, and we're so excited I'm so excited that I get to play another day with my favorite people.
From Buena Park, California to Oklahoma State, this has been a good move for you.
Yes.
I'm sure you've enjoyed Stillwater. Talk about the atmosphere.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is my last game in Cowgirl Stadium, so it's kind of sad, but this is the best place ever, and Stillwater, the people here are just unbelievable.
Claire, congratulations, and have fun up there in the Super Regionals.
Thank you so much.
Claire Tim, great story for this OSU program.
Great story, and just have loved to watch her journey and just her journey throughout the weekend, continuing to grind and continuing to fight, like she said.
So it's an Oklahoma State-Nebraska matchup in the Super Regional. Huskers and Cowgirls squaring off. Thanks to Natasha Watley and our entire crew. Saying so long from Stillwater, Oklahoma. We now take you to the 7 Innings Live show. So long, everybody.